Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to sit down here and talk with you guys and girls about where winds meet, everything that we know so far about the game, and see if you're interested in it. Now, I played this game during the final closed beta test for the global version, and those of you that know me well know that I'm really looking forward to this game. This game is probably, like top of my list at the moment for upcoming MMOs. I say that lightly because it's an open world RPG, action combat, but it has got MMO elements. So it's an MMO light. It's not a traditional MMORPG, but anyway, nevertheless, before we get into that, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you're interested in where winds meet and MMORPGs in general, and don't forget to leave me a comment down below if you're excited for this game. So, as I said, I played a lot of the beta test. I played quite a lot of hours. I had a really good time, but I wanted to because a lot of people, this game is currently kind of going under the radar. Not many people seem to know about it, and if they have seen it or seen a few trailers, they don't really seem to know much about it. So I wanted to just let you guys and girls know exactly what this game is, obviously from me playing it and from other information that is around the internet. But it's quite hard to get tons of information right now. Now, the game has been out already. It's been out since December 2024 in China. I haven't been able to get a Chinese account, so I haven't played it since the beta test, but it's a live service game. It's martial arts based, so Wuxia. It's going to be free to play. There's no pay to win, by the way, guys. It's going to be just skins, outfits, basically weapon auras and mounts, and then there's going to be a battle pass, basically. The skins are not bound to your account, but they're bound to your character slot. Now, the game is on PC, PlayStation 5, and it's on Android and iOS. It's not going to be available for iMac at launch, and we're not sure if it's going to be on any other platforms, basically. But it has cross-save between platforms, so you can basically play on your Android, for example, then you can continue to play on your PC, but there won't be cross-play or cross-save with the Chinese region. Now, the release date is set for November the 14th, 2025. So as of time of recording this, we don't have long to wait, luckily, which is great. Now, the game modes, right? So Where Winds Meet is basically, like I said, it's an open world story. It has an MMO game mode with a lot of freedom. So you have your MSQ, which is basically your single player. Think of it as your single player action, open world RPG. Then you also have a multiplayer version, so a co-op version, where this is where like the MMO aspects come into it. So basically you have a single player world and then you have a multiplayer world. So there can actually be up to there could be thousands of players at once, basically. It's a copy version of the single player world, but without the MSQ. So what you can do here is you can, this is the multiplayer version, you can gather resources, obviously see other players, socialize with them. You can do 5-player dungeons. There is also 10-player raids, which you can also play with AI bots. There is ranked PvP, so there's a 1v1, a 3v3 and a 5v5. The 3v3 and the 5v5 modes are only open during specific days of the week. I'm not sure if that's going to be the same for the global version, but I just assume it will be. There's also guild PvP, where you can do 30 versus 30. I haven't been able to do that myself because it was just a beta test. But yeah. Character-wise, we've got obviously male and female. There is some pretty good character customization here. The game looks fantastic. It runs really well, and yeah, it just looks amazing. Now, in the map, there is should be 6 regions. So we have Qing, Kaifeng, Hexi. Those are the 3 ones that were playable at the moment. Now, I don't know what the other ones are going to be called, but that's what we know so far. Now, with weapons, basically, there is no classes. There's going to be 7 weapons, including a bow. but the bow is just basically, it's just on your character at all times. And then there's different martial arts styles. So we have a spear, a fan, an umbrella, a sword, dual swords basically, like a rope, and then like a glaive, like another, it's like a spear, but yeah, I think you guys and girls should know what I mean by that. It's just another big two-hander. Now, I myself, I only used the dual swords, and I was using the fan. Now, the fan is actually a ranged weapon. It's more of a healing weapon. It's to heal you. It does do some damage, but it's not the best. The dual swords were doing most of my DPS work, but I was playing the MSQ on the hardest difficulty level, so that's why I wanted to make sure I had a healing weapon on myself. Of course, you can mix and match. You can do what you like when you play the game, whatever suits your style. Now, there is martial arts schools, which are basically like factions. So there is different ranks as well, and you need to do weekly quests to be able to hold your position or get promoted. If you lose most of that contribution, then the sect will punish you, and your contribution will return to the max value. So you can actually steal the martial arts around the world. You'll find NPCs where you basically watch what they're doing, then you steal their martial arts from them. You just have to do a little bit of it's a very small task, and then you then get that. So you don't actually have to join these factions basically if you don't want to, but it's pretty cool either way. So there's quite a few of them. And then we have obviously mounts in the game, which I touched upon earlier. Currently I had a horse, which you can see in this in the footage of when I was playing, but there is going to be, which is a free mount by the way, but then there is also obviously paid mounts in the store that you can buy. Now, the paid mounts can auto travel to a designated location, and they can also carry other players apart from the goose mount. They have different perks. So the goose mount does auto gathering resources with like in a radius, then it auto collects enemy drops, and then it can also find chests for you as well. Now, there is a guild system, like I said, so you can make a guild. It can hold up to 100 players. And there's also a separate instance, which is basically a city, and then each member of the guild can build inside that instance. Now, there is activities that you can do with the guild. So there's a guild party where you can basically just chill with the guild. It's like 9 or 10 minutes long. Then there's PvP, 1v1 arena, and then for PvE, there's a 1v1 against the boss. Then we have seasonal guild wars, which is 30 versus 30 PvP. And again, like I said, building, the game gives you total freedom to build wherever you want and as much as you want, as long as you have the resources. So yeah, I didn't get a chance to do any of the building myself in the beta test, but sounds good if you're interested in that. There is also activities that you can do in the world during the single player mode or the multiplayer mode. So we have, there's a card game that you can play. There's music instruments that you can also play. There is fishing. There is a chess match that you can do, and you can argue with NPCs as well. And when you do these tasks, you basically can get some stats basically. So that's cool, and it's something leisurely, something chill that you can do in your downtime. You can also do another cool thing as well, where you can actually talk with the NPCs. The NPCs, there's like an AI. So think of it like ChatGPT for argument's sake, where I spoke to this NPC, and you can just sort of ask it like, how are you feeling and stuff like that. And then they will respond, but it isn't like perfect. You have to sort of word stuff in quite a basic way. Otherwise it gets a little bit confused basically. And then last but not least that we know about, there is bounties apparently. So bounties is a prize for killing a certain player. So whoever got the bounty on their head, in even in single player mode, by the way, you can have a bounty put on you. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know. Some people might, complain about that, but basically in multiplayer game mode or killing a criminal NPC in the single player or co-op mode. So when you complete the bounty, you get given a unique currency which can be used to exchange for skins. Currently there's only one skin to be exchanged for. Obviously I assume that will change as time goes on when the game fully releases, because bear in mind, like I said, I haven't played the Chinese version, so this is just information that we know about. The currency can also be obtained through helping other players by healing them or resolving NPC arguments. So yeah, there's two kinds of bounties. So there's natural bounties, which is in the single player or the co-op mode. So if you commit a crime in your world and then you defeat or escape the NPC's police, then the game will automatically add a bounty to your head, and then other real players can actually invade your world and kill you for that bounty. So that's really fun. I want to do that. Or there's paid bounties on the multiplayer version, where you can add, this is so random, but you can actually pay real money if you want to add a bounty to somebody's head. So once you die from a bounty, you can't have another bounty put on you for some time. So if you want to troll your friend, or if you see an enemy player from another guild and you want to put a bounty on them, you can literally do that. So to me, that just sounds crazy, but it also sounds fun as well. But yes, but anyway, like I said, I'm really looking forward to this game. It's coming out very, very soon, November the 14th, for the global audience. And yeah, what do you guys and girls think? The combat for me is so fluid. The single player, the MSQ, was really, really good. The boss fights as well, very challenging if you're playing it on an actual hard mode. If you're playing it on story mode, then obviously it's going to be, it's going to be very easy. But yeah, I've said this in my previous video about this game. I do think that this style of MMO is going to be the future of MMOs, because more and more people, as we get older, people say they don't have much time to play, MMOs like they used to. They've got lots of stuff, whether it's work or family or obligations. So I feel like this has got the best of both worlds, because we get a really immersive action combat, we get a really good story, single player story mode / co-op. Then we have at the end game, we've got this MMO, we've got the dungeons, we've got the raids, we've got the guild PvP, arena PvP. So I mean, what more could we ask for, guys? But anyway, that's my thoughts. That's what you need to know about where winds meet right now. If I get any more information, of course, I'll make another video. I plan to be covering this game quite extensively when it launches, and also follow me over on Twitch, because I will be streaming it there. But anyway, have a beautiful day, and I'll catch you very, very soon. See ya. Peace.